like on a whiteboard. So we have 4 motions. Now these are the 2 first ones that you taught in kindergarten. The rotation of the Earth, giving you the day at 1,350 mile an hour at the equator. There's the equator. That's roughly Mach 1.3, so 1.3 times the speed of sound. Then the Earth is rotating around the Sun every year at 66,600 mile an hour, 666. And that's roughly Mach 88. Another interesting number. But see, what they don't factor in is that our Sun is orbiting the Milky Way galaxy. And they don't tell you how long it takes for it to do that. But they tell you that it's doing 550,000 mile an hour, which is Mach 718. Take note, that's 718 times faster than the speed of sound. There is no material known to man that can withstand something between 20 and 30 Mach. It pulverizes everything and anything they've ever tried to go faster than 27 Mach. Now, our Milky Way galaxy is actually orbiting what they call the center of the universe, or the central sun. And that is 650 million miles an hour, which translates to 870,000 Mach. Now, their retort when you say, how can this be possible? Their retort is, well, it's space, it's a vacuum. Well, let's have a look at what vacuum means, shall we? Dictionary. A space entirely devoid of matter. Well, why would this article here in New Scientist, solar system caught in an interstellar tempest, why would it say this? The solar system is travelling through much stormier skies than we thought, and might even be about to pop out of a huge gas cloud we have been gliding through for at least 45,000 years. That's the implication of a multi-decade survey of interstellar and wind buffeting the solar system, which has revealed an unexpected change in the wind's direction. Wind in a vacuum, gas in a vacuum. Gas is matter. It is one of the 4 states of matter: plasma, gas, liquid, and solid. How does gas become matter? Well, they change. Water freezes and from liquid becomes a solid. Gas produces what's called deposition and becomes solid. Gas can be solid or liquid, depending on how it transitions into that state. So you can't have a vacuum and gas. And by the way, isn't it interesting how in this article they're pointing over here? Have a look at this. There's our sun, and the sun, it says direction of sun's motion. Oh. And where is it pointing to? Well, it's pointing away from Sirius, directly away from Sirius, which is behind it. Therefore, we should be able to look at those stars, and we should be able to teach our generations of intelligent children to come. See those stars over there? That's where we're headed at Mach 870,000, which translates to 5,694,000,000,000 miles every year. Now, if we're travelling at 5 to 6 trillion miles every year, you'd think those stars over there where we're heading toward would get brighter, and those stars that we're going away from would get dimmer and eventually disappear. And yet Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, in the same shape that they were as recorded by the Egyptians and the Mayans at least 500,000 years ago. Same shape, no distortion, no parallax. Every year, same old stars. Come March, there's Aries. Come April, there's Taurus. May, there's Gemini. Where are the random stars? It's a really boring show if you're a God believer. God, you're very disappointing. We're travelling at 870,000 mark and there's nothing new to show us in the skies. And if you're an atheist, yeah, I'd be really angry at the Big Bang Theory, because the Big Bang is hurtling you through space at 870,000 mark, and it's not even showing you anything interesting that's new and random in the skies. It's just those same stars, and Polaris is still there. We haven't gone past it. Keep going, always in the same coordinates, always, always, always. Sirius has always been 6 hours and 45 minutes right ascension of meridian and 19 degrees south declination since time immemorial.
But Santo, they do take pictures of new stars. They're called nebulas. NASA shows us images all the time of new nebulas. Can you touch on that?
Nebulas.
No, I'm going with what you said, because they just paint something and say, look what we found.
Yeah.
It's all composite.
Yeah. You have to remember that those nebulas and explosions and new things in the skies that scientists show us, they are CGI images. They're not photos. Okay, so they're showing what they want you to believe. They're showing you that there's this infinite space and it's a vacuum and yet it's got stars in it. So, yeah, well, we won't talk about that, will we? Why is there always fear about, oh, one day we're going to crash into some comet. Some comet's going to come from nowhere. Some meteorite, some meteor, something, space junk, you know, something scary. Probably because it doesn't exist. In Disneyland it does, but not in reality.